Okay. So this is a little bit more complicated concept. And we're going to go over something called the dot product. Now, the dot product, it's kind of hard to explain exactly what it means, but it's kind of like the projection of a vector on another. But it's pretty easy to calculate. There's two different ways you can calculate it. So if you have a vector A and you have a vector B, the first way, as you see on this formula on here, by the way, we write the dot product as just writing a dot. So A dot B, and that means dot product. So the first way you can write it is the magnitudes of those two vectors times the cosine of the angle in between them. And the thing about the dot product is it's always going to be a scalar, meaning it's just a number. It's not a vector. So the other way you can calculate it is if you have the x and y components of each vector, you can just multiply each individual component times the other component, and then sum all of those values together. So for example, like here you have A1 and B1. So that would mean in this picture, A1 meaning A, the value of the x value of A, which would be -6 because it's in the negative direction. And then B1 would be the x component of B, which would be 5. And then A2 and B2 would be like the y components. And then sometimes you deal with three-dimensional graphs, especially when you get to like Calc 3. You'll start having z components. And if you go even farther, you can start 4 or 5 components. But for Physics 121, you only need to understand the 2 components. Any questions though about it?
No.
Okay. Okay, so here I have an example, right? So I've given you 2 vectors in just their component forms. So we have the x, y, z's, whatever the fourth one is. And so we have the 2 of them. So you can take each component and multiply it by each other and do that for every component, and then just add them all together. So let me so it was -3. Oh, sorry. It was actually 9. 9, 5, -4, 2, -3, -2, 7, -1. So you can just multiply each element. So that would give us -27, -10, -28, and -2. All right. And then you can just add all of these together, which I think is going to give you
-67.
-67. Thank you. -67. So that is the dot product of these 2 vectors.